guys, welcome back to Chattanooga. We are back here again. We were just here in the spring. We loved it so much. We wanted to bring Rob and Marylou along with us. Rob's actually been here before, Marylou not so much. So we wanted to share some of the really cool things we found in the spring. And then also we found a couple of new places that we wanted to hit while we're down here. If you haven't seen the video from the spring, I will put a link below. Definitely go check it out. We visited Ruby Falls, we visited the Incline Railway, we visited Rock City, which is by far my favorite. If you would do us a solid, there's a QR code right here. You can subscribe right there. We'd love if you would subscribe to our channel. We can't do this without you guys. Smash that like button and hit that notification bell so you always know when a new video comes out. We put out a new video every single Thursday. So now it's time for some fun in Chattanooga. Let's go.
Well, good morning, guys. So we're off on another great adventure, but first, before we leave today, I want to introduce you guys to two people that travel with us a lot. You've seen them in a lot of our videos, but you never met them. This is Rob and Marylou, our two best friends. We spend a lot of time with them at their home down in Florida during the winter, and when we're out traveling, they tend to spend some time with us and hang out. But before we start today's adventures, I got a thing. I know we've been doing a lot of camping together, and I want to let you guys know I think it's time to take this foursome to the next level. Really commit to this camping thing. So we're all going to get a tattoo together today. I spent all morning designing this tattoo, and I want you guys to take a look at it and let me know what you think.
It's perfect.
Huh?
Yay, good vibes.
It's happening, people. We're going to get this tattoo today.
Hey guys, we are actually headed to a train ride, but we have some time to kill, so we found this sculpture park here in Chattanooga, and we are going to go check it out. So this is a City of Chattanooga park. You can bring your dogs. They do have fire ants, so be careful. They said that some of the mounds are marked with orange, but really you should just always look out for ant mounds. This one back here I am dubbing asparagus growing out of field because it reminds me of when we had a garden, and that's kind of what the asparagus looked like when it was growing in our garden. So asparagus is actually called anchors, and it's dedicated to 5 military members who lost their lives in dedication to our country. Another cool fact is there's a time capsule buried here, and it is supposed to be opened up in 2115.
Remember me, I remember you. I've been thinking about you more than ever. I guess I'm...
So the sculpture I'm standing beneath, which Chris was just explaining to you guys, was actually poured in the earth. So they dug 2 trenches here off of the base of the sculpture and actually poured these 2 concrete columns together, structurally together, in the ground, then raised them with a 300-foot crane onto the foundation, and then built a berm around the foundation to hide the foundation. So these were poured in place.
Thought my youth would last forever. Take me back to when we were kids and didn't care if we were acting stupid, cause all we had was us. If I close my eyes and think about us, I can see the person I know I should be. Cause honestly, I don't have no time to waste. I'm trying to come back to you because now I see we were meant to be.
So this is actually an internationally acclaimed outdoor museum. The land was donated in 1911, and in the 40s it was misused, wound up like as a construction landfill, bad juju happening. It was shut down. And then in the early 2000s, the idea of a sculpture park came to life. So this actually reopened around 2012, and they want it to be preserved and just used for art and green space. And what a great idea. What we have here is a failure to communicate. That's actually the name of this sculpture, and it is painted galvanized steel. Looks like an old TV antenna or busted up in a hurricane, like Mike said at the top. But this is a very, very cool sculpture.
So here we have what I call twisty bread tie. So whoever came up with this one is a genius, but I think on the bottom of there is a loaf of bread. We're going to go check it out. Well, I was wrong. There's no loaf of bread on the other side of this twist tie. So here we have one of Mother Nature's finest sculpture. We call this Dead Tree. So you guys tell us what you think. Aladdin's lamp or?
I think it's a Viking longship. That's what I think it looks like.
I'm going with Aladdin's lamp.
Nah. Okay, gang. That concludes our trip here to Sculpture Park. Now we're going to ride a choo-choo train.
Welcome to the Tennessee Valley Railroad.
We are getting ready to ride the Missionary Ridge local train. So let's go check it out.
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night. A shot of love and a spark of laughter breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe.
So the train ride we are going to do today is a 1 hour out and back ride, and I believe we get to the end, it like turns around, so I'm really excited to see that.
Let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe.
Okay, so we're going to go through a tunnel. He said to shine your flashlight out so you could shine a light on the tunnel. So Mike's got his flashlight out on his phone. I'm going to see if I can video. Let's see what we can do. There's Mike shining his flashlight on the tunnel wall. Y'all, these walls are close.
For one simple reason, and that simple reason is right over here. Where I just walked over to, this here, folks, is the end of the line. At 80 feet in length and weighs in at just about 80 tons. Now, when this turntable was built, it was powered by hand. It took 4 people to push this entire turntable around 180 degrees. It's what we would have called an Armstrong table. But this table is no longer an Armstrong. It is now a motor-powered turntable. There's its motor right underneath that little shed over there. That's what's powering our turntable. Built in 1951 by the Electromotive Division, or EMD for short, for the U.S. Army. The 1829 is classified as an EMD GP7L. The GP stands for general purpose. The L stands for lightweight. Now this here locomotive served with the Army in the town of Kingsport, Tennessee, operating on the Holston Army Ammunition Plant as a switcher. Its job as a switcher was to basically take freight cars and move them in and out around the yard, to either store them in sidings or to assemble larger freight trains to take out of Kingsport. It served this purpose for 42 years until it was retired in 1993. Following its retirement, it was purchased by the museum for the whopping price of $250 US. Which, yes, that is very cheap, but keep in mind this was the 90s. So it's probably triple by this point. But hey, pretty cheap for a locomotive, I'd say. After she was purchased, she came to the museum and was repainted into our company scheme of maroon, black, and gold, which she still wears here today. Today, the 1829 is one of our 5 operational diesels, the second oldest, and serves on a variety of our trains here at the museum. Now, the rest of our train sits here today on track number 1, but we're going to do something different. We're going to take our turntable and move it on over to track number 2, which is located very conveniently right next to track number 1. Hence why it is in fact called track number 2. So Matt over there, he's watching our turntable. He's going to precisely and accurately line up our turntable onto track number 2. And when that happens, the 1829 will roll up our turntable, head past a switch. Jason's over there, he'll flip that switch, and then she'll head backwards and recouple to our train back on track number 1. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for our crew today.
Well, that was fun. It's a really quick little 15-minute up. Then you have a half an hour while they turn the train around, take you through the, what was it, shop?
Oh, the repair shop. They call it the Soul Shop. It was named after one of the original founders of the nonprofit organization that runs the railroad.
And then it's just a 15-minute ride back. So they do have a few other ones. So right behind us, the next train was a wizarding train. They had floating candles and stuff in the cars. And then they also do a Christmas time one that they call the Polar Express. So if you're ever in Chattanooga, you definitely want to come check out the Tennessee Valley Railroad.
So believe it or not, yes, we are at a park that is literally Little Debbie's Park. Somewhere close by here, there's a Little Debbie store. We're going to go check that out. But why don't you guys come along for a quick walk around the Little Debbie's Park, see what they have happening here.
Clouds and thunders standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Songs of worries.
So in 1957, the Little Debbie's factory moved here to Collegedale, Tennessee, and that's why there's a Little Debbie's Park here. Another fun fact, in order to bake all of these snacks, they had to build their own ovens, and back then nobody was using the electric ovens that we use today. Pretty ingenious way to do business back then. By the mid-80s, Little Debbie's was officially coast to coast in the United States. They were also the nation's largest independently owned snack maker.
Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now,
we're gonna make one more quick pit stop after we're done here, and then we're headed back to the campers, because around here, for us, Sundays mean football. And our team plays at 4 o'clock, and we are not gonna miss it. All right, gang, we found a huge cosmic brownie. Check this out. Do you have a favorite Little Debbie snack cake? I have a friend of mine, Jeremy. He loves the oatmeal cream pies. So as soon as I see the oatmeal cream pie statue here, or the sculpture, he's getting a text from me. Because when we used to work together, that was his go-to snack every single day. All kinds of playground equipment for kids to play on. I mean, this is a really, really cool park. Chattanooga area has some really awesome parks. Look, y'all, they even have like a zip line for kids right back here. I don't know if you can see right there. That's so cool. And here's a ginormous oatmeal cream pie. Jeremy, you're getting a picture of this. Y'all, when I was a kid, that hill would have been a great sledding hill. All right, I've spotted some old people in the wild, older people in the wild, having a really good time. Uh-oh, I think I see 4 seats. I think we may be able to join them.
I'm sure it'll take a while 'cause I'm still
Marylou and I are on this side, and Rob and Mike are on the other side. Who says you're too old to play?
That's right.
That right there, people, that's hashtag goals. When I get older, look at that. Mike's gonna pedal, I'll be in the sidecar. All right, behind me is my favorite Little Debbie snack, the Christmas tree cake. I'm hoping to get some in my future. Our final stop in this Little Debbie's tour is gonna be the factory store. So let's go on in and see what they've got. They better have some Christmas tree cakes.
So, once again, we've been bamboozled by another specialty store. Little Debbie's got us this time.
Always. I got everything Christmas tree because it's seasonal, right? And what's not to love, people? So, if you guys remember, we are huge fans of Zac Brown Band, and their drummer is affectionately known as Sweets. Why? Because he loves his Little Debbie. So, Sweets, this is the store you need to come to. Morning! As you can see, we are packing up. We are leaving Chattanooga. Y'all, Chattanooga is one of my favorite cities we've been to. We've been here twice, just this year alone. Anyway, we're headed south into Alabama today. It is a brisk morning this morning. Mike is outside doing his part. I'm going to be inside doing my part. We have a late checkout today because we only have like 3 hours. And we're going to gain an hour because we're going to Central Time. So we're kind of dragging our feet. And we had a nice, cozy, relaxing morning. One of the things I like to do is I like to put in our next several stops into our GPS. That way, if it's an early morning or whatever, I can just, come up, check the Garmin, see how long it's going to take. So I haven't done that yet. So I need to do that for our next several stops that we're going to have, 2 in Alabama and then a couple in Florida. So I'm going to do that right now. I always like to have it calculate from where we're at, and I just like to know how long. RV Trip Wizard that we also run says it's about 2 hours and 45 minutes, so let's take a look.
Please drive to highlighted route.
11, yeah, they're about right. 2 hours, 45 minutes, so that should put us there at noon. I believe that's because of the time change, so we're going to have to stop for gas. That's why we're also kind of dragging butt this morning because check-in's not till 3. So now I have like our next 3 stops in here. So I'm going to show you what I do. So we've stopped and then I go to recent and then I just look through where we need to go. These are pretty much, this is a lot of our stuff since the spring. It stores quite a bit in the Garmin. So we are headed to Heflin next. So that will be the next one we do. So that's just how I like to roll for travel. I like to plan ahead. I'm not one of those people that can fly by the seat of my pants. It's just not in my nature. All right, so now that I've been jabbering with you guys for a while, I need to get my butt in gear because I have a lot to do, and we need to leave in about less than an hour. I should be done in about a half an hour. Let's see how long. So I'm going to time myself and see how long it takes me to get this done. Done, 30 minutes. It is 10:52, and I'm done my part on the inside. Just got to wait for Mike to pass me the flowers. And then I'm going to show you guys really quick kind of where I store everything when we travel, because you don't want anything to break. You don't want anything to fall. And so I'll give you a couple of our tips and tricks that we do for travel days. Okay, so let me show you kind of what I do on travel days. So I put a lot of stuff in these grocery bags that we have. I love these grocery bags. They are hard-sided and they collapse flat, so it's great. I tuck my orchid back there. Our boot tray goes back there. And then I store breakable stuff wherever I can. So my little spoon rest gets behind a pillow. We have the glass refillable bottles from Bath & Body Works. I put them down in the sink. I put a lot of stuff on our bed. So rugs go up here. The cat bed goes up here. The cat bowls. I tuck in behind my pillow my glass cover for my sourdough. My makeup tray kind of gets wedged there, and then I have other things very strategically placed in the bed and covered up. We stick our plants back in the bathroom because this bed will come in as it's a slide and it blocks it. I stick pretty much everything in the sink that I can from back here. And the cat has already gotten into the dirt. Thank you, Dora. Both of the litter boxes stay in the shower. And then One very important thing you want to make sure you do, make sure your shower door is locked because you don't want that bad boy to come open while you're traveling. I took everything off of this countertop. These things right here are kept down with glue dots. I'll show you guys what that looks like. We learned about that from Today is Sunday from Phil and Stacy years ago and bought some. Love it. Use it all the time. The other thing I do, my visual management, because you guys know I come from a background of continuous improvement, so I always have to have like a visual method to know I'm done with a room. My visual method is the lights are on until I know this room is done. Now that the plants are back here, I turn off the light. Now that I know that everything I need to have on the bed is secure, I will turn off the light. I'm done out here. Lights are off. Gotta also make sure that your furnaces are turned off because it's not really good for your rig to have that hard start when you get back on a pedestal. I also tuck our Ninja coffee maker here in the sink, and then I nestle what I can in here. This bowl and our Alexa back there, they are both kept down with the glue dots. I'll show you what those glue dots look like. So this is what I get. It's called E6000 and it is extreme tack. So they sell a much smaller bottle of this, but Mike keeps, we lost the lid, so Mike keeps a toothpick in the top. Anyway, you put the dots on what you want to secure. It has to cure for like 8 hours, and then you can attach it. So really easy to use. It's kind of like that, the stuff that comes like on the back of your debit and credit cards when you first get them. So we love this stuff. I'll put a link to Amazon in the description below so you guys can check it out. Tell you how strong that stuff is. Our knife block is secured by it. That bad boy, knock on wood, has not moved. Before we put the dots on it, one of our trips, we were going out west last year, this bad boy slid all the way across and down into the stairwell. After that, we secured it.
Tennessee Valley
Railroad. There's a QR code you can scan to take you straight to our page. You can. And Mike's outside doing his part. I'm going to be inside doing our part. Point that way.
Let me tell me when I'm right there.
Go this way a little bit. Right there. Tribute to 5 military members who unfortunately passed away. No, that doesn't sound right. So it was a pretty inventive, no. It's a pretty ingenious, that's a really cool, no, I don't like that part. And also by the mid-80s, they were also, no. Okay. So after we're done here, we're gonna make one more quick pit stop and then back to the campers we go because football is, no.